Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Real Positive Girl podcast. My name is Sabrina. Happy Friday! We've made it to the weekend. If you work a traditional work schedule where you work Monday through Friday and you get the weekend off, and if you don't, well, I hope that whenever your weekend comes, or if you're on it, or you just got off of it, or whatever, that it's awesome too. But yay, happy Friday to you all. Congrats on making it to the weekend. Super awesome, super amazing. I know that during this quarantine time, sometimes days don't matter. Legit last week, there were so many days where I was like, today's really Tuesday? That's really what day it is? It's really weird. It's really, you question yourself. You're like, I don't know what day it is. And thank goodness for phones and watches, like smartwatches and regular watches. And, the internet and everywhere else that you can rely on to tell you what day it is. Wouldn't it be sad if all of a sudden that someone was able to play a prank on us and change the time all over the internet? That sounds really scary. Anyway, happy Friday to you all. Just a reminder that this week we are talking about how to rest, and today is the last episode for that topic for this week. And I'm really excited, and I think today's episode is going to be much shorter than normal because I just want to tie it up in a bow, and I feel like I've talked about most things that I really want to get across and talk deeply about, but I definitely want to end it by talking about something is super important, of course, but before I get to that, I hope that you're having a great day, and if it's the beginning of your day, yay. If it's at the middle, the end, yay and yay. I hope that it's going really well. And just a reminder that if it's not going well, remember that you always have the option for the 5-minute reset, which you can do any time of the day, as many times as you need, so that you can just feel good about your day and go on with it without feeling super overwhelmed, stressed, negative. And if you don't know what the 5-minute reset is, I'm going to tell you. It is taking at least 5 minutes. If you have more time, please take more time, but taking at least 5 minutes to be alone, to be able to come back to baseline, to reset yourself, to kind of just figure out what you need to do to start your day again. And like I said, you can do this reset as many times as you need during the day. There's no shame in that. And if you are feeling any shame in that, I feel like it's self-produced and it's based on other people's opinions, which don't matter because you are in charge of you and what you do and how you think and how you act. So just remember that. But also, so the 5 minutes reset, you're taking 5 minutes, you're coming back to baseline, you're just resetting for the day, for that moment. And then you also will go through a list of at least 4 things that you are grateful for. Those can be big, small, medium things. Grateful for your cat, grateful for those yummy carrots that you had for lunch, grateful for the new planner that you got in the mail, grateful that you have a countdown of only 5 days to your beach vacation because yay, quarantine is over for some people. So just make sure you're practicing gratitude, because gratitude will really humble you and remind you of the amazing things that you still have going on in your life despite the terrible cloud that is hovering over you at this very moment. And also remember, you want to be able to walk away from your 5-minute reset feeling at least neutral, if not positive, about the rest of your day. You do not want to spread your bad mood, you do not want to spread your negative mood to anyone else around you. You don't want to be the Debbie Downer. You don't want to do the whole misery love company thing. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. Be positive, or at least neutral, and just know that you're able to get through the rest of your day. Hey, and during your 5-minute reset, if you have time, you could also problem solve for whatever the heck's going on in your life. And I get it, because I know that you might not want to do this. You might feel like it's an exercise. It's not cool, not fun. But let me tell you what's not cool and fun as well. Feeling sad because you're so negative and moody that no one wants to hang out with you. You feel lonely at home. You're just hating the rest of the day. And you're feeling super ungrateful and just miserable. Like, why would you want to stay in that misery? You want to at least be able to walk away feeling neutral and knowing that you'll be able to get through the rest of the day. There's a couple of things you can still look forward to. Maybe you're going to make the bombest dinner ever tonight, despite the bad things that are going on. You can look forward to that. You can look forward to watching your show tonight on TV. Maybe you're binge watching Grey's Anatomy, which I feel like a lot of people are doing. I'm not into that show. I have nothing against that show. I'm just not into that show. And there are so many things you can still look forward to despite what's going on in your life. I am not here to diminish your emotions. I say that every single time. And I want to make sure you know that that's true. I'm not here to diminish your emotions, but I'm here to encourage you that there are still things to live for. There are still things to be happy about. And all I'm saying is at least walk away feeling neutral. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But I hope that you are having a fantastic day because it's Friday and it's the weekend. So today, Friday, to close up the series talking about how to rest, today we're talking about learn to do it for yourself. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Rest can really help you better serve others in your life, but do not forget how important rest is for you alone. Oh, it can be tough as a people pleaser, perfectionist, or just normal person to do something that is solely for yourself on the daily, but you have to know that it's crazy necessary. You know, someone else is not going to rest for you or probably push you to take rest when you need it or before you get to the burnout point. They're not going to do it. Like, you know, there's definitely going to be some people in your life that, you know, support you and are there for you and, you know, are encouraging you to do the best things for yourself. But you can't count on that. And I know that sounds kind of negative, but you can't. You can't count on people to be there to push you all the time. You have to do it on your own. You have to be responsible for yourself. So you need to remember that, yes, you know, taking a rest will definitely help you help your friends, do better at work for your boss, be able to serve people in your community, in your volunteer group, all those other people in your life, your children, your spouse, your partner, whomever. They will help you to serve them better, but also you need to be doing it for you. You need to be doing it for how you feel about yourself, how you perform, how you feel that you are achieving things in your life. You are important. You are just as important as everyone else in your life. Do not forget it. And don't wait until you are super overwhelmed and stressed and almost or at burnout point for you to rest. Yes, it will help to do it then, but engaging in rest before those things happen will prevent it and keep you going on your journey. Like, you know, we shouldn't wait till, you know, the fire is almost burning down the whole house to grab some water and put it out. You know, as soon as you see the spark, you should be like running for the hose and being like, we got to get this out. We got to get this fire out, because if you just continue to let it catch fire, it gets more and more out of hand. It's harder and harder to deal with. It takes more people to get the fire out, to take it out, to calm the whole storm that is happening. So don't let it get to that point. I know sometimes we might not realize how quickly it's all burning, how quickly you're getting to the edge of like no return. But if we are more aware, like self-awareness, which is what I talk about often, if we are more self-aware of how we are feeling, how our emotions are dictating what we do and how we are leading our life, then we will be better equipped to understand when we realize that things are burning a little too quickly than they should be. And we'll be able to extinguish them from the start as opposed to waiting till it's too late, or where it's going to take so much more work that, you know, it's going to be, there might be some losses. There might be some losses there. So it's important to try to do it sooner than later. Don't just slough it off and think that it's not important. You're important. You're so important. You're more important than you think that you are. I promise you that. And, you know, the basic lesson here is to do things for yourself and know that it's okay to do so. You have to take care of yourself to have the ability to accomplish all your goals and your dreams. You have to do things for yourself. And I know that you might be thinking that this doesn't really fit into the realm of me talking about how to rest, but it does, because you have to manage your time to make rest. You have to make those personal decisions to step back from responsibilities and rest. You have to make the decision to not hang out with those people because you need rest. You need to make the decision to change your focus and to engage in more creative and fun and artsy and outdoorsy kind of things so that you are able to recoup energy. You need to make the decision that waking up at 6 a.m. every morning to work out before work is actually more important than sleeping in with your partner, because it's important and you need that you need to be restored and re-energized to live your best life. The things that you need are super important. A lot of people in your life will try to claim that they are not, and it's just because they're jealous or they don't understand the need for rest. And don't let anyone tell you caring for yourself and resting is selfish or unneeded. They are either jealous, like I said, or misunderstanding the importance of rest in everyone's lives. Everyone is entitled to it. I'm not saying that only a few people are entitled to it, or the people that are most stressed or most overworked or most on the edge of burnout. No, absolutely not. Even the person that is the most happy, has their whole life together, everything is like super in line. It doesn't seem like there's any problems. They don't feel like there's any problems, but they still need to take a rest, because you know what they're doing? They're able to manage it so well and take those rests before it even gets to a little bit of a break in the whole like feeling stressed. They might feel a little bit of stress. We're all going to. Maybe they'll feel a little bit of anxiety. Maybe depression will start to creep in a little bit, but they're able to manage it. They're able to, be on top of taking care of it and integrating rest, restore, like re-energizing themselves so that they don't, fall behind. So they don't come to that point where it's like almost the point of no return. So I want to encourage you to know that you have to do it for yourself. And that goes with everything in life. Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to build yourself up, instill courage in yourself to do something, to try something new, to tell yourself that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay for you to not know how to do things the first, second, or third time. It's okay to fall down. It's okay to feel embarrassed. But it's also okay to try again. And it's okay to not really care what other people think. But it's also okay to take constructive criticism and ask for it. And it's okay to do these things, because you need to do things for yourself. You need to be taking care of yourself. You need to be protecting yourself, because you can't always expect other people to do it. Even if there are people currently doing that for you on the regular, we don't know what life has for us at any moment. We don't know if we'll lose those people. We don't know if tomorrow is their last day. We don't know if tomorrow's our last day. And what if we left this life not, completely doing everything that's in our hearts and minds because we were so afraid? We're so uncertain. We had the expectation that someone else was going to finally encourage you and make you do it or push you to do it. And that would be the final push. That would be the thing that would get you to do it. No, you can't rely on that. You have to do it for yourself. So I think that is a great place to end this episode and the whole week's podcast episodes for how to rest. I told you that this episode would be a little bit shorter than normal, and we are coming in on almost 13 minutes, which is significantly shorter than most episodes. I feel like the average right now is like 17, 16, which hopefully is not too long. I would love some feedback on that. Send me an email, visit my website and drop me a line, or come to my Instagram, drop me a line. Just let me know. But yeah, I think I should just end it there. So make sure you're out there taking care of yourself, doing it for you, getting rest for you, restoring your body and your mind and your spirit for you, getting re-energized for you. Okay, you can do it for those other people as well, but make sure that you're there. And the closer to the top you are, the better you're able to serve those people and yourself and continue on that amazing journey that you're currently on. So thank you so much for listening to the Real Positive Girl podcast. My name is Sabrina. I hope that you really enjoyed this episode. And if you did, and you know someone else that would really enjoy it, please, I ask you to share it. I hope that they will like it too. And please check the description box for notes for the show, where you can find my website, where you can find me on Instagram, and my email address for any questions, comments, concerns, or prayer requests. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. I hope that wherever you are, the weather is amazing. And if it's not, I hope that you're able to make the best of it. I live in Washington State, and the weather can be so crappy and rainy and windy and blah. But I try to make the best of it. You can sit under like cozy blankets, drink hot cocoa or tea or coffee, watch movies, just chill, listen to the rain pour while you're going to sleep. It's amazing. So have a good one. I hope to see you next week. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.